Good afternoon, people, and let the Laurel and Hardy video series continue. It's been a while, maybe a month, maybe a couple of weeks, I don't know, but we continue on number 14 of this series. There it is, and this is titled A Job to Do. They're all classic shorts. And the theme is they have a job to do, they have a task to perform, and they don't do it very well in any of them. But the first one is called Busybodies, if I can find it. Yeah, 1933. They work in a sawmill, and everything just, it's a disaster. But there's one scene that stands out to me. Is Stan hits Ollie with a paintbrush with glue on it, sticks to his chin, and then he gives him a shave. And I just thought that was quite funny. I'm not sure why I thought it was funny, but just there's the bristles of a brush and he's giving him a shave, and even that's difficult to do. But Ollie seems to get hit on the head a lot in this one. And then towards the end, when they're driving, their car gets sawn in half, and it just sort of wobbles and collapses into nothing. I enjoyed that one. 1933 Busybodies. Then a silent one from 1929, which is called Double Whoopee. A German prince is arriving at a hotel. Stan and Ollie arrive. They assume Ollie's the prince. Eventually, they take their roles as footman and Stan's the doorman. And I wasn't, again, it's a silent film, so I wasn't crazy over that. And there's another silent one coming up, which I didn't mind, but that one, Double Whoopee, again, it's kind of a middling silent effort for me. 1930, Hog Wild. I think Bob watched this a couple of months back, but Ollie can't find his hat. It's on his head, but he can't find it. Blames his wife. Then, to spoil his day, she wants the radio antenna put on the roof. So he enlists Stan's help, and off they go onto the roof to put the radio antenna up. And it shouldn't really be that difficult, but lots of daft things happen, and I just thought that was quite funny too. I quite like that one. Then from 1933, Dirty Work, in which they are chimney sweeps, and they end up at this house to sweep the chimneys, home of a mad professor. He's making an elixir of life. He turns a duck back into a duckling, and then that duckling back into an egg. He's found a way to make people younger. Well, one thing leads to another. After Stan and Ollie make a hell of a mess, they have the elixir of life in their hands. Stan nudges Ollie into the pool and comes out as a chimp, comes out as a monkey with a hat on, which I thought was pretty good. Again, another good one, 1933. Then this one, for a silent one, I didn't mind this one, The Finishing Touch. They're contracted to finish construction of a house quickly, as quick as you can, with a $500 incentive. But there's a hospital nearby, and the nurse keeps telling them to be quiet, keep the noise down. She enlists a policeman to come along and to keep the noise down. To go about putting this house together quietly. The policeman's in the way. He gets a lot of shit that comes his way. They build the house, then a bird lands on the chimney and the thing collapses. So as far as silent films go, I like that. Alright, so it's 6 hours later from filming this video, and I realised I've been talking about the wrong film for the last one. The last one on this is not Toad in Hole. It's The Music Box. And in The Music Box from 1932, it's one of the first Laurel and Hardy films I ever saw, and I enjoyed it then. I enjoyed it this time again. They have to get a piano up these flight of steps to a house that's right on top of the hill. So up they go, the piano goes up, they get halfway up, then a woman with a pram comes along, she causes a bit of a nuisance. Then this professor comes along and he causes a nuisance. They could all just walk around it, perhaps not the woman with the pram, but the professor could just walk around it. But it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. When they finally get it up, they let it slide away, and somehow it manages to go down the hill and turn by itself and go down the steps. Then he managed to get it up again. They're knackered, they're out of breath, and then the postman comes. Well, it's like, where's the postman come from? And then he asks him, did you carry that piano all the way up them steps? And they go, why, yes. And then he points at the road. He said, see that road? Just follow that road around and you'll come to this house. Wow, why didn't we think of that before? So what do? They take the piano back down and they come all the way around on their cart. And once they are up, they knock on the door, there's nobody in. So now they've got to get this piano inside. I have an idea, go up the window. So up it goes, the piano's up. Ollie falls and breaks down the door. And then Stan keeps shouting at him. Instead of going up the stairs, he keeps coming outside. Stan's in, Ollie's out. They're all in and out and in and out. And finally it's in the right place. They've got it in the right place. They plug it in, it starts playing. And they forget what they're doing and they start having a little dance. Then the owner of the house comes home. It's the professor that they saw earlier. He goes ballistic, goes apeshit. At this stage, the house is already almost demolished and he goes mad. And I love this. The first time I saw it to the last time I saw it, I enjoy this one. This will be one of my favourites. When I've seen all of this set, this one will be in my top 5, top 10 because I like it. And it was also the first film to win Best Live Action Short at the Oscars. But it's just funny stuff. So that is... Oh, and there's also another one here called Hats Off. It also says no known print is to have survived. So it's just a stills gallery, which I don't want to watch that. So that's it. A very jam-packed, but a very good disc. My favourite disc so far. A job to do, and they don't do any of it well. But that's number 14. That's it. Comments are welcome.